High School and your Spuds of Moorhead Senior High School. Again, it's senior night here at Moorhead Senior High School, so at this time we are going to recognize the players and their parents of our seniors here at Moorhead. And again, once we are done with that, remember the Spud concession stands are open. West Main Pizza and breadsticks and other items for sale at the Spud concession stands are available. Restrooms are also located within that same facility. And now let's introduce the Moorhead Spud seniors and their parents. First off, number 1, Bentley Miller.
Take the nachos.
Parents Derek and Greta. His favorite memory, Kips and the Hotels. His pregame ritual, music and Subway with the boys. Advice for underclassmen, play hard, trust your team, and get better every day. His future plans, end state for HVAC. Ladies and gentlemen, number 1, Bentley Miller. Next up, we have number 11, Drew Berneking. Parents Keith and Stephanie. His favorite memory was beating Benilde St. Margaret and Minnetonka last year. Pre-game ritual, hacky sack. Advice for underclassmen, have good common sense on defense. Future plans, study and exercise science at Concordia and to play football. Ladies and gentlemen, number 11, Drew Berneking. Next up, we have number 12, Nolan Cook. With his parent, Jennifer. Favorite memory, beating Benilde at state. His pregame ritual, listening to Enter Sandman and to stretch out before games. Advice for the underclassmen, have fun with your friends. His future plans, coach youth lacrosse. Ladies and gentlemen, number 12, Nolan Cook. Next up, we have number 19, Brandon Lau. Parents Mitch and Alicia. Favorite memory was the state consolation championship in 2026. Pre-game ritual, wall ball and watching the JV program. Advice for underclassmen, confidence is the key to success. His future plans, he would like to become an electrician. Ladies and gentlemen, number 19, Brandon Lau. Next up, we have number 20, Cohen Welly. With parents Ray and Rennell. Favorite memory was state my freshman year. His pregame ritual, wall ball and hang out with the boys. Advice for underclassmen, focus on one thing every day and improve yourself. His future plans is going to HVAC. Ladies and gentlemen, number 20, Cohen Welly. Next up, we have number 22, Aiden Struck. With parents Dave and Joanna. His favorite memory was the 2025 state tournament. His pregame ritual was watching the JV, playing wall ball, and shoot exactly one shot from the 25-yard line. Advice for underclassmen, never be the first to leave practice. Future plans, attend UND for commercial aviation and unmanned aircraft systems. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, number 22, Aiden Struck. Next up, we have number 23, Zach Debig, with parents Matthew and Don. His favorite memory, beating Benilde and Minnetonka for the state consolation championship. His pregame ritual includes juggling, His advice for underclassmen is be clean and stay organized. Future plans, junior hockey. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, number 23, Zach Devig. Ladies and gentlemen, there we have all of our seniors and their parents. Let's give them all one nice final round of applause. Thank you, parents, for all that you do for your seniors, and thanks to all the coaches. Now at this time, ladies and gentlemen, let's introduce the starting lineups for both lacrosse clubs. First, for the visiting Storm and Sabres of Sartell High School. Number 1, William Carreri. Number 2, Alexander Bird. Number 9, Michael Hammock. Number 10, Will Sieben. Number 11, Von Hilger. Number 14, Jackson Lambert. Number 23, Richard Hooper. Number 24, Noah George. Number 27, Dylan Newman. And finally, number 29, Hudson Lyken. The head coach of the Storm and Sabres, Mr. Tron Tronson, along with the rest of the coaches, players, and staff of the Sartell High School Boys Varsity Lacrosse Squad. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this time let's meet the starting lineup for the home team on the scoreboard. Our Spuds of Moorhead Senior High School. Number 1, Bentley Miller. Number 5, Evan Warner. Number 10, Ethan Welken. Number 11, Drew Berniking. Number 12, Nolan Cook. Number 19, Brandon Lau. Number 20, Cohen Welly. Number 22, Aiden Struck. Number 25, Maddox Gregoire. And finally, in goal, number 23, Zach Devig. Head coach of the Moorhead Spuds, Mr. Logan Weemkin, along with the rest of the coaches, players, and staff of the Moorhead High School Spud Boys Varsity Lacrosse Squad. Ladies and gentlemen, if at this time you all please rise, direct your attention to the east end of Jim Goda Stadium in Hamras Field, as we have the singing of our National Music Hall of Famer and Grammy Award winner, Miss Jessica Kuntz.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof
Welcome back to Jim Go to Stadium for the second game in our lacrosse doubleheader tonight. The Moorhead Spuds, the home team, the visitors out of Sartell High School. Moorhead come into this game with a record of 6-6. Sartell coming in with a record of 9-2. The ladies won the first game by a score of 8-5 against Grand Rapids, and we're just seconds away from kicking off the start of the second game. I'm Matt Peters. Joining me here is Andrew Searles. Andrew, it's been a while. How you been?
Doing well, yeah. It's good to be back. It looks like both teams today are fired up and ready to play Moorhead's senior night. Just a great moment to give thanks to the parents and all that included to make these seniors who they are today and their future plans. So it was fun seeing. I'm sure everybody's excited, fans, both teams. It was raining earlier today. Now it's cleared up just in time for the opening face-off.
Absolutely. The sun is peeking out. Shout out to Mrs. Kuntz for that incredible performance of the national anthem right before the game.
Yes, she delivers every single time she comes up here and does the national anthem. It is remarkable. Thank you, Mrs. Kuntz.
Senior night here for the Spuds. Spuds are graduating 7 seniors. We will go over them throughout the game. But the opening face-off just moments away as Devig for the Spuds and George for the Stormin' Sabres touch gloves at center field. Spuds coming off a 5-game losing streak. Not something that has been said ever in the history of this program.
Yeah, Coach Kelly came up here and spoke with us moments before the game. We were just kind of asking him, what's going on, and he did say that they made some lineup changes. He kind of told the locker room, hey, spots are up for grabs. We're going to change things around a little bit, and we're going to see what that looks like today.
Absolutely. Moments. Opening faceoff won by Gregoire against Riley Burris of the Sabres. Gregoire crosses midfield below the 30, and he will get a touch, settle down for the Spuds to go to work first. Lyseth now for the Spuds, top of the box. Brandon Lau with it now, down to Welly. Welly to Evan Warner, leading goal scorer for the Spuds on the near side. Finn Paulson now with it. Back to Paulson up top. Sabres look to be playing a zone defense right now. Paulson jump shot just wide. Spuds are going to win the chase.
Nice hustle there from Isaac Lyseth, backing up Finn Paulson's shot. Spuds ball.
Warner on the near side. Up to Welly. Welly looks to dodge. Over the top to Paulson. Good defense here by the Sabres. Shot. Goal. Nolan Cook, the senior midi, buries one.
Nolan Cook finds some open space and just lets it fly. Top left corner. Absolute stinger.
The first goal of the night comes from a senior on senior night. Coach Kelly did mention to us pregame that the Sabres do like to run a zone defense, and they spent a lot of time practicing how to pick that apart. And it looks like that paid off in the first possession of this game.
Yeah, Cook was just kind of hanging out at the top of the right of the box. It was probably 15 to 20 yards outside. That was a good shot from Nolan Cook.
Back to the face-off X. This time won by the Sabres. Lycan on the face-off. Excuse me, it was not Burris. Sabres now look to go to work, match what the Spuds just did. Corriere now on the near side. Lester up top with it. Guarding him is Judd. Lester looking for the roll, finds it. Skip pass, just out of the reach of Vaughn Hilger.
Ethan Welkin doing a nice job of applying some pressure, getting a stick in a lane, and just making that pass a little bit more difficult, resulting in a Spuds Sartell turnover.
A lot of praise from Coach Kelly up here to the sophomore LSM. Spuds get a touch. Gregoire with it now. Gregoire taking his time. Down the left wing to Paulson, back up to Gregoire. Back to Paulson, jump shot over the cage. You did mention it did rain a little bit before the game. How much of an effect do you think that has on your stick as far as shooting goes?
You know, nowadays I think these kids have some pretty dialed in technology, but still, you know, rain on the stick, that's gonna affect your passing, your shooting a little bit. So you might see a couple balls go above the net.
Skip pass and a fake. Warner stuffed by George. Good save there by Noah George, the junior goaltender for the Sabres.
Yeah, nice save from George there on Warner.
George with the pass into some traffic there, though. Fight for the ground ball on the near side, and it's going to roll out of bounds. And it's off of Sartell. Right back to the Spuds. Lyseth with it now up top. Gregoire gets the touch for the Spuds. Good stick there by Bird for Sartell. As Olness rolls, moving screen is going to be called on Paulson. Sartell gets the go-ahead to clear. Ball is kind of launched down the field. Good ground ball there. Pass by Miller to Devig, and Devig is going to get that ball out.
Spuds defense with a nice lockdown transition there, giving their offense another chance.
Gregoire top of the box now. Rolls to his left. Finds a gap in the zone. Olness looked to shoot and then decided against it.
Looks like Cook tried to get a one-timer off on the doorstep and just missed.
Ground ball picked up there by the Spuds. Or, sorry, by the Sabres, excuse me. Hilger now on the near side. Gregoire defending. Fast break here for the Sabres. Good defense there. Lyseth coming back. And the Spuds, once again, successful in the ride. Devig, there mails it out for Lyseth, and he finds it. Spuds have numbers with the pole if they hurry. Good decision there.
Gregoire did a nice defensive effort there, slowing down.
Paulson to his right, shot just wide of the cage again.
Slowing down Hilger and turning it into a turnover, which resulted in Spuds in the offensive zone again.
That's 3 missed shots there by Paulson. Kind of once again wonder if the rain has a little something to do with that. Warner now near side. Paulson to his right, rolls back to his left. Passes to Olness, shot off the stick of a Sabres defender. Richard Hooper got in the way of that one. Sartell will look to set up their clear.
It looks like the Spuds are starting to notice that top right of the box in the Sabres zone defense is kind of being left open. Ooh, Hail Mary pass.
Good pass there by George. Corriere couldn't quite hold on to it, but he finds a way to get it back. Spuds are even now. Shot just wide of the cage by Vaughn Hilger, the leading goal scorer for the Sabres.
Looks like the rain kind of helped out the Spuds there off that Hail Mary pass. Couple drops.
One of the first looks here at a settled Sabres offense. Lester now on the near side. Looking to dodge. He will go down the alley below GLE. Sabres now on the far side. Good defense there by Brandon Lau. Warner now on the near side. Gregoire now looking to pick apart the zone. Warner top of the box. Fake the shot. Back to Gregoire. He'll rip it. Shot just wide.
There's
Back.
another shot from that top right in the box. About 15 to 20 yards out.
Looks like that was kind of the Spuds' game plan coming into here. If you're seeing a zone defense, those outside shots are going to be pretty open. You just got to keep moving the ball. Spuds now far corner of the field. Back up top. Everybody getting a touch here. Spuds will start their rotation. Near side Gregoire will shoot again. Just high and wide of the cage. Cook once again there to back it up.
And you guessed it, same location. That was a great shot, too.
Skip pass all the way up top. Gregoire, well, not quite sure what that was, but got that one on cage at least. Good save there by George. Sabres are going to come away with it, try to cross midfield. And that pass, once again, over everybody on the right side of the field, and Devig will grab a ball from the end line. That's 3 or 4 failed clears now for the Sabres, something you definitely can't have happen in a 1-0 game. Devig returns the favor over the head of Paulson.
Looks like we just gave the announcer's curse to the Moorhead Spuds.
We'll take credit for that one. Good clear there. Solo clear by Waldeck. Near side. Shot there just wide of the cage. Lampert.
Looks like a flag was thrown.
Looks like they're going to get him for interference, I believe. 30 seconds on the Spuds for interference. We'll see who they get here.
Okay, Nate, find who's coming to the box here in front of us.
Paulson will take a seat next to the coaching staff for 30 seconds. First look at either team's man up here on the night. Sabres looking to get one to even it up before we head into the quarter break here. 3 minutes and 10 seconds left in the first quarter. Spuds pressing out. Good job by Berneking there on the far side. Now Sieben guarded by Miller. Miller's going to draw a penalty there. Sabres are going to have a free play here. Good defense there by Miller. Sabres on the near side. Skip pass. It's going to get through. Paulson's out of the box. He's going to get that ground ball. Spuds are going to go right back to the man down. That was Lampert with the shot. Excuse me.
Some nice hustle out of Monroe Judd, hustling for the ball there, creating that pause of play. Just to be returned with another man down for the Moorhead Spuds.
This time Miller's going to go. I did not see the call. Believe a slash would be my guess, but we will see how long he's in the box for. Now 2:36 left in the first quarter. Another chance for the Sabres to tie things up here. Sabres top corner shot. Quick shot there by the Sabres just to the right of Zach Devig. Cade Buddy with a righty miss on the cage. Sabres look to run their rotation. Skip pass down low. Spuds do a good job rotating.
Ethan Welkin getting a stick on.
Second one of the night there for Welkin. Devig looked to try to pick off that pass, and he does, but I believe they're going to get him for a slash. So Devig is going to go take a seat, which means Carter Arvidsson is going to come in this game. The Moorhead coaching staff not agreeing with that call. Looks like the refs are going to get together maybe.
Do you think Carter was expecting this?
Carter's had he's played some minutes this year, so I don't think he's coming off completely cold. He's a good goalie. I coached him over the summer. Looks like Wimpkin's going to get some explanation here.
Nate, go to coach on sideline. Stay with Coach Wimpkin.
So let's see. Okay, so it looks to be. So the penalty is on Devig. It's going to be a minute penalty for a slash. But Arvidsson's going to get a chance to warm up as he's coming in cold, even though warm-ups were only 10 minutes ago. But he's going to get a couple shots here just to see the ball.
Spud penalty assessed to number 23, Zach Devig.
We'll wait for the official call here from the official.
With Devig being a senior and you formerly coaching Arvidsson over the summer, what are some things you like about Carter Arvidsson coming in here as a junior?
Yeah, he's a really good goalie. I mean, Devig's obviously a pretty solid goalie, and it's hard to back up, a pretty good starter like that. But I think he's a great second option, and he'll be amazing next year when it's his time to shine for sure. Devig now with some questions for the officials, along with Coach Wimpkin. Looked like Devig, all he tried to do was pick off that pass that was a skip pass down to GLE, but it sounded like he got part of the helmet, and I think that's why the flag was thrown.
2 minutes and 2 seconds remain in the first quarter of this game.
Spuds are going to be down 2 men for, I believe, at least 30 seconds or so. We don't have the official penalty times up, but it'll be a 6-on-4 for, I'm guessing, 30 seconds, and then a 6-on-5 for the remaining 30. Well, while we have a little break here, Cyrils, of these 7 seniors on this list, what do you think the most creative pregame ritual is?
I saw that Drew Berneking plays hacky sack as a pregame ritual.
All right.
I used to also formerly play hacky sack, and it's just great to see that kind of ritual, that game come back to light. Drew Berneking.
Shout out. Definitely good for the hand-eye game of lacrosse. Spuds with 4 defenders out there. All 4 are poles. We have Berneking, Struck, Clem, and Ethan Welkin at the top of the diamond. Again, Carter Arvidsson is in net. Sabres once again looking to try to tie this game up. Just minutes away from the end of the first quarter. Sabres working it around the far side. Down low, near side, shot just wide of the cage. Ronan Lester just misses high to high.
Lester just trying to place the ball in the back of the net.
Less than 10 seconds here on the 2-man advantage for the Sabres. And Gregoire is going to release from the center. And that shot just wide by Vaughn Hilger. Chased 1 by the Sabres. Spud still a man down for 30 seconds. Far side, down low, shot off the left post, I believe. Fight for that ground ball. Won by the Spuds. Now Alness gets in, and he will get a touch. Minute to play in the first quarter, and the Spuds escape a 2-man disadvantage.
I'm not sure why the Sabres are not pressing the Spuds right now with a man up. And there's the goalie change for the Spuds.
Spuds still have just 5 on the field on the offensive side. Not sure when, well, Devitt is released, so unless I'm missing something. There we go. Cook now releases from the near side. Spuds were a man down longer than they needed to be. Shot there, saved by George. Paulson with the lefty rip. 10 seconds to play in the quarter.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
Countdown has started.
2.
Sabres drop the ball there, and that's going to be your first quarter score. Spuds are going to end with 1 goal. And the Sabres, although up 2 men, still have a goose egg on the board. We'll take a break, and we'll be right back.
I'm Zach Devig. And you're watching Spuds TV. My name's Cohen Welly. And you're watching Spuds TV.
For Boss Snowplows is Bert's Truck Equipment on Highway 75 North in Moorhead.
Welcome back to Spuds TV. Once again, 1-0 in favor of the Spuds here. Sounds like we got a couple Spud alum tuning in. Isn't that right, Searles? Nick Ferendorf and Gavin File tuning in from the bad side of the river.
Yeah, Nick Ferendorf was just a mean player back in the day. Run through your face type of offense.
Can't coach that.
No, I'm glad to see him tuning in. Nick, how's it going? Yeah, that's old school ball.
Spuds are going to start with the ball here. Must have been a procedure call at the end of that quarter. Gregoire is going to start. He'll get a touch. Try to shuttle it all the way around to Allness, but it almost rolls out of the back of the end zone. Now Welly on the near side. Gregoire is going to step down. Saved by George. Sabres look to clear again. Sabres taking their time this time. And it looks like it all worked out. Little fast break opportunity here for Sartell. But Berniking is going to come away with that ground ball. Good ride there by the Sabres. Turning the ball over.
There's a display of the rain. I mean, just a routine play for Berniking. It looks like the ball falls out of the head of his stick.
Sartell now setting up into their offense. Spuds playing a man defense here. Hester now on the far side with it. Lester, excuse me. Lester now near side. Hilger with it now. Two-man game up top. Hilger down the right alley, looks to shoot. Shot just wide of the cage.
And he got some power on that shot. Just barely missing the net to the left.
Sabres down low. Will Sabin with it. Hands it off to William Corriere. Second leading scorer for the Sabres. He'll roll to his right. Gets to GLE. Good defense there by Berneking. Skip pass up top to Lester. Lester now will take his short stick D-midi down below the cage. Try to beat him to the right. Shot there.
Whoa.
Off the 5, struck and hit the post, I believe.
What originated as a wide right shot bounces off struck and off the post. A couple oohs and ahs from the crowd.
Judd goes all the way in, gets a touch. Shot and a goal by Ulness. Johnny Ulness with the jumper back across his body. Beats George on the right side.
You know, that's a great play from Monroe. As he's coming across the line, gets a missed slash straight to the gut. Continues to play, finds Ulness, and Ulness just makes a quick pass that ends up at the back of the net. Monroe Judd is on the bench, feeling that slash a little bit, but he's being met by his teammates, saying, hey, good job, way to make a play.
Spuds extend their lead to 2 with 9:40 to play in the first half. Hudson Lykin and Maddox Gregoire now at center field. Good fight for the ground ball here. Stays put. Spuds look to come away with it for a second, but Sabres are the ones that pick it up around the 30-yard line. Shot from far out. And the Sabres are going to win that chase. Lykin now rolls on his man. Good recovery there by Gregoire. And a flag is thrown. And the Spuds once again will be man down for, I believe, the 4th time in this game.
Lykin had a nice little dodge on Gregoire, beats him, brings it to a high chance shooting area, and Gregoire does a nice job of catching up and slowing him down, causing a turnover.
We'll wait for the call here. Finn Paulson's going to go 30 seconds for a hold.
Penalty assessed to Moorhead number 2, Finn Paulson.
30-second penalty on the Spuds. Searles, if you're Sartell here, what needs to happen compared to the last 3 man-up opportunities?
They need to find the back of the net. I mean, the Spuds are doing a great job. Spuds defense are doing a great job of just keeping the Sartell to the outside, taking shots from a distance like that 27-yard shot that was just taken.
Cade Buddy with the shot hit Devig in the chest from way outside.
Nice takeaway from Bentley Miller, the senior, going into HVAC.
Miller up to Ethan Welkin. Welkin's going to get in and get a touch. He's going to try to get it to a shorty, which he does. I believe that's Evan Warner with the ball in the far corner. Warner now leading goal scorer for the Spuds. Gets a quick double there for some reason. Lyseth now with it. Back to Warner. Warner taking his time. Now all the way up top. Gregoire was looking for the step down. Good stick there by the Sabres defense. Paulson to Warner. Cook to Warner, excuse me. Warner dancing around the crease to Cook. Shot. Good save there by George.
Evan Warner doing a nice job of creating an opportunity for his teammate to get a shot on net, and just a big save coming up from the Sabres goalie.
Sabres looking to get a touch and settle things down. Almost going to goal there. for the Sabres. Richard Hooper taking it to about 7 yards out and then just shooting a little bit high of the cage.
Welkin with another job of just getting his stick on the play.
Another good play there by Miller, knocking down that pass. Trying to get the ground ball now. He'll come away with it below the cage. He's going to try to find his goalie. There's Devig with it. Devig up to Gregoire.
Nice ball movement from the Spuds.
Spuds look like they're kind of figuring some stuff out now here. 7 minutes to play in the second quarter. Spuds will change their personnel. Spuds have an extra player here. Welly. All the way down low to Warner. Sartell still in this zone defense that we've seen for a majority of the game so far. Lyseth now rolls back to his top. Good roll dodge there. Welly tried to stuff it near side, did not go. Far side, Allness. Gregoire hitches. Allness jumping for joy on the far side there, calling for that ball. Gregoire is going to shoot that bouncer over the net.
Spuds very impressed by their ball movement that is on display today.
Gregoire with the step down off the left bar, I believe. And Burning King's going to step over. It's going to be offsides on the Spuds.
What a great look from Gregoire and a great rip. Just off the post, but man, was that thing, that had to be 95 miles an hour at minimum.
Brody left.
Corriere looks, dishes inside. Good save there by the foot of Devig. It's Corriere to Sabin, I believe. Welkin flicks it in the air. Devig hunts it down. Devig's going to find Judd. Keeps it in bounds for a second. It's going to roll out of bounds off the Sabres. Sabres with a couple opportunities here to get this game a little bit closer, but they're just not able to find one to pass Devig. Allness up top. Skip down to Warner. Shot goal. Evan Warner buries his first of the night. 29th of the year.
Mini fast break, gets it down to Warner, and Warner makes no mistake and finds the back of the net.
29 goals for Evan Warner on this season so far. That's Case and Storbakken numbers.
5.
That is indeed Case and Storbakken numbers. Cason, if you're listening, welcome in.
It's 3-0 Moorhead with 5:01 remaining in our first half.
5 minutes on the clock in this second quarter. Spuds with 2 goals so far in the second quarter. Face-off, won by Gregoire. He's been pretty dominant on the face-off X so far today. Allness is going to get it in, try to get a touch for the Spuds. Spuds are going to set up their offense quick. Allness behind the cage. Faked a pass up to Warner. Cook down low with it. Cook and Warner playing catch down low. Warner back to his spot just below the crease. Up top, handled by Paulson. Paulson tried to skip it through to Allness. Good stick there by the Sabres to get it through. Fight for it at midfield there. Cohen Welly's going to come away with that one. He's going to get it in. Warner tried to find Allness for a little backdoor shot just out of the reach. Sabres ball.
Cohen Welly showing off some speed there in that play. What's his advice for underclassmen? Focus on one thing every day.
That's good advice. Sabres look to clear, something they struggled with quite a bit in the first quarter.
Ooh.
Judd's going to go to the box here for the hit. Berneking's going to scoop that ball, and the whistle will blow. Excuse me, that's not going to be Judd. I believe Evan Wanner's going to go for stepping over midfield there. Away from the play. Must have fallen off sides.
You know, you get an attackman that's hungry and wants to cause a turnover on that ride. You know, that's what happens. Evan Wanner ends up going across the 50.
Absolutely.
Which results in offsides.
Sartell's going to take a timeout here. They're going to be man up for 30 seconds. 3 minutes and 26 seconds to go in the first half. We'll take a quick break with them. Welcome back to Spuds TV. 3:26 to play in the first half. Sartell calling that timeout right before the man up. Searles, what do you think was a key in that huddle?
Yeah, for the Sabres, this is a great opportunity. You know, you go into half down 3-0, or you cut that lead down to 2. This is a moment for the Sabres to, pass the ball around, look for that right opportunity, and shoot it. They've been doing a great job of moving the ball, getting shot options. But on the other hand, Spud's defense doing a great job of making sure those shots are coming from 20 to 25 yards outside the net. I mean, the Sabres haven't got a whole lot of in-close looks, even despite having that 6-on-4 earlier in this game.
Yeah, game definitely still within reach. Sabres just pick up a couple of sloppy turnover errors on the clear, and this could be a whole nother ball game here. We'll see what Coach Tronson drew up for his Storm and Sabres. Sabres working the ball all the way around. Hitch over the top, shot just to the right of Devig. Sabres to inbound on the near corner. Cade Buddy gives it up top to Hilger.
Spuds are back to full strength.
Shot there, and a goal by Vaughn Hilger. Beats Devig. Top right corner. Nice little low to high shot there by Hilger.
Yeah, Hilger doing a nice job of kind of shaking his defender a little bit, then having the confidence in his shot just to let it fly. He finds the back of the net, and we get a little celebration out of him. A little drop to the knee, swipe the turf. Trying to get something for his Sabres, try and get him fired up. Like we said previously, Sabres needed a goal here to go into the half with some momentum, something to be fired up about.
Absolutely. Evan Wanner scores his 29th, and then Vaughn Hilger scores his 28th of the year, both leading goal scorers for their respective teams. 3-1 with 2:45 to play. Back to the face-off X. Gregoire is going to come away with that ground ball. Gets a touch. Tried to skip it inside to Cook. Paulson's there to pick up the loose change. Welkin's going to hustle off. Spuds might have an advantage here. Looks like they will. Missed pass there by Paulson. Lyseth chasing down. Gregoire getting in the way. Cook is going to come away with that ground ball. Good ride there from the Spuds.
The thing I like watching about the sophomore Gregoire, on that play, the ball's rolling. He's not even looking for the ball. He's looking straight for the body. Great play there by Maddox Gregoire.
Back to Alness. He shoots, and he scores. Alness, far pipe and in. Spuds do a good job there. Looks like Spuds are setting up into a little bit of a 1-4-1 offense to try to beat that 3-3 zone that the Sabres have been running so far today.
Yeah, that's a shot that Alness is not surprised that went in. Knowing his older brother Jeff shot a lot of balls in their backyard. That family shoots a lot in the backyard. So for Alness to see that go to the back, he was not celebrating. He was not super pumped because that is routine for Mr. Alness.
Located directly to the west of the main bleachers here at Hammerhouse Field.
4-1 game now. Spuds with a quick answer to bring the lead back to 3. Gregoire on the far side runs past the 30-yard line, try to give it to Alness, Warner. And the Spuds are going to call a timeout. Kind of a can't take it with you timeout at the half. Spuds up 4-1, 1:41 to play in the first half. We'll be right back.
Family is really important to me, and being able to be home and spend time with my young family, it's nice to be a part of that. I'm helping to coach my kids' hockey. When you know you're doing what you're supposed to be doing when you're on the ice, there's nothing like it. It just makes you feel like you're where you belong. The biggest connection that I had with Bellbank was making a difference in our community. I really appreciate the way that they aren't afraid to stand up in the crowd and get out there and make a difference. I just think that our values really lined up and made a really good fit.
Northwest Blinds is a proud supporter of all Moorhead Spuds activities. For over 30 years, we have been providing customers with a wide assortment of window covering choices. Owners Arlen and Carlos Swenson are available by appointment for a free in-home consultation on all your window covering needs. 218-236-4813 or nwblinds.com. At Northwest Blinds, we say, you wish you had more windows, and go Spuds.
I'm Aiden Struck. And you're watching Spuds TV.
Welcome back to Spuds TV here at Jim Goda Stadium. Spuds coming out of this timeout here, called by Wimpkin, trying to extend their lead to 4 going into the half here. Searles, what do you got planned for halftime?
It's always a special moment when Jim Goda's concessions are open, and today the concessions are open. Going into the second half, folks, if you are at home, there's plenty of time to come down and have a slice of pickled pizza and catch some good lacrosse.
Come support these seniors on what could be their last home game of the year. For sure, last regular season game. Section rankings will come out, I believe, next weekend. We'll see if Spuds can sneak in a home game or two.
Yeah, 1 minute and 40 seconds remaining in the first half before me and Matt Peters go and check the concessions.
We'll come back with an in-depth review.
Yes, I think I will probably have 7 hot dogs and 3 pieces of pizza.
Paulson now on the near side. Skip pass inside to Alness, shot and a goal.
Looks like the Spuds have kind of found their rhythm.
That was Cohen Welly. Excuse me. Welly with that little catch and shoot. Top corner. Buries one.
You know, from a guy whose pregame ritual is just wall ball and hanging out with the boys, you know, you can expect those types of goals.
Absolutely.
In close, gets fed, puts it in the back of the net right away.
Doesn't get much more lacrosse than some wall ball and hanging out with the boys.
Nope, that might be the most respectable pregame ritual on this list.
Minute 16 to play before halftime. The Spuds are looking to pull away against the 9-2 Sartell Sabres. Another face-off won by Gregoire. He's been almost perfect today.
You know, Gregoire, he's been taking face-offs since his 8th grade year.
Not just taking them, too. He was winning them. All this on the far side. Back up top to Gregoire. Paulson near side shot and a goal. Spuds pulling away here right before halftime. Just under a minute to play, and the Spuds are up 6-1 at Jim Goda Stadium.
Yeah, nice job by Max Gregoire winning the face-off, bringing the ball up, and finding Paulson, who ends up finding the back of the net.
As soon as we get excited for some concessions, they keep scoring and stopping the clock. But hey, it's all right. We'll take it.
3 seconds remaining here in our first half. Excuse me, Finn Paulson with the goal. Finn Paulson.
Correction on the goal scorer there from the PA system. Paulson with the 5-hole goal. Gregoire looking to win another, and he does.
He was not going to let that.
That was a do-it-yourself face-off there by 25.
He was not going to take a loss on the stat sheet today.
And a timeout here called by Coach Wimpkin with the Spuds up 6-1, 36 seconds to play in the first half. We will be right back.
Selling land is a big decision. Knowing when and how to sell can be complicated. Let Steve Dalen, Farmland Sales eXp Realty, guide you through the sale process. Steve Dalen will bring you a local touch with nationwide support. Steve Dalen, Farmland Sales, where customers become clients, clients become friends. 701-893-8517 or stevedalenfarmlandsales.com.
A little nonsense is what I need. Now if you wanna get the best of me, got you smiling, that's for sure. Funny how you had the best of me.
Welcome back. Quick timeout there by Coach Wimpkin, trying to get another one on the board here before halftime comes up. Finn Paulson with the ball on the near side.
Yeah, like he said, use them or lose them. So nice timeout there from Coach Wimpkin to set up one or two more plays. Hopefully extend this lead going into the second half.
Paulson rolls back. Good play there. Shot in the goal. Isaac Lyseth, and that was drawn up just perfectly by the Moorhead coaching staff.
Yeah, Lyseth was just left alone, hanging out there, caught it, picked his corner, let it rip, and scores.
It was a textbook play there from the Spuds. Dodge down the alley, draw the slide, pop out. Wide open shot there for Lyseth. And I haven't watched a lot of Isaac Lyseth's game, but that looks like one that he doesn't miss quite often.
sophomore getting the green light and the drawn up play. You know, you don't see that often, and he makes no mistake in finding the back of the net.
Back to the face-off X we go. I believe that play just took 9 seconds for the Spuds to score. 27 on the clock. And the Spuds are going to win another one. Welkin tries to give it to Gregoire. Tipped there by the Sabres. Paulson is going to get that ground ball. And 10 on the clock. Shot off the stomach of George, out of bounds.
Big save from George there with 5 seconds remaining in the first half.
5 on the clock for the Spuds. They're going to have to go. Gregoire is just going to let it rip. 5-hole. And a save by George. Your score at halftime, Spuds with 7, and the Sartell Stormin' Sabres with 1.
My name's Cohen Welly. My name's Nolan Cook.
I'm Aiden Struck.
I'm Zach Devig. And you're watching Spuds TV.
Pam is a small business owner. She is swamped. Pam knows she needs to advertise, but is overwhelmed by all the options. Meet Avenue Right. Save time, money, and get peace of mind that your advertising dollars are well spent.
Start the engine, shine the light into the storm. Knuckles white. And the clock ticks. Time does not define me. It drives me to keep roads, schools, and storefronts open. Although the job is done for now, the clock will always. Your home for Boss Snowplows is Bert's Truck Equipment on Highway 75 North in Moorhead.
My name's Nolan Cook. And you're watching Spuds TV.
Don't work out where you won't work out. Blueprint Personal Training. At Blueprint, you'll work directly with an experienced personal trainer and nutrition coach in our brand new private gym. Tell us about your fitness goals, and we'll provide the personalized workouts and motivation to get the results you want to see. Training, nutrition, accountability. Blueprint Personal Training. BlueprintFargo.com.
We are The Breakdown. For almost 2 decades, we've published the most comprehensive yearbooks on Minnesota high school sports and run the best in-season and off-season events. We cover every corner of the state. We are The Breakdown.
Buffalo Wild Wings' new spicy chicken dippers are the perfect amount of heat. Same thing people say about me. They're like, Hank, you're perfectly hot. Gotta dunk you in that tangy beat-up dip hot. New spicy chicken dippers from Buffalo Wild Wings.
Need to make a great impression? Whether it's eye-catching newsletters, professional business cards, or custom envelopes, Copycat Printing has you covered for all your printing needs. Located at 1624 Main Avenue Southeast, 218-236-1115.
Home is more than a place. It's the people and moments you live for. With all you have to protect, choose insurance that helps you experience more of what matters most.
I'm Zach Devig. And you're watching Spuds TV.
My name's Colin Welly. And you're watching Spuds TV.
Your home for Boss Snowplows is Bert's Truck Equipment on Highway 75 North in Moorhead.
Family is really important to me, and being able to be home and spend time with my young family, it's nice to be a part of that. I'm helping to coach my kids hockey. When you know you're doing what you're supposed to be doing when you're on the ice, there's nothing like it. It just makes you feel like you're where you belong. The biggest connection that I had with Bellbank was making a difference in our community. I really appreciate the way that they aren't afraid to stand out from the crowd and get out there and make a difference. I just think that our values really lined up and made a really good fit.
Northwest Blinds is a proud supporter of all Moorhead Spuds activities. For over 30 years, we have been providing customers with a wide assortment of window covering choices. Owners Arlen and Carlos Swenson are available by appointment for a free in-home consultation on all your window covering needs. 218-236-4813 or nwblinds.com. At Northwest Blinds, we say, you'll wish you had more windows, and go Spuds.
I'm Aiden Struck. And you're watching Spuds TV.
Selling land is a big decision. Knowing when and how to sell can be complicated. Let Steve Dalen, Farmland Sales eXp Realty, guide you through the sale process. Steve Dalen will bring you a local touch with nationwide support. Steve Dalen, Farmland Sales, where customers become clients, clients become friends. 701-893-8517 or stevedalenfarmlandsales.com.
A little nonsense is what I need. Now if you wanna get the best of me, got you smiling, that's for sure. Funny how you had the best of your.
My name's Colin Welly.
My name's Nolan Cook.
I'm Aiden Struck.
I'm Zach Devig. And you're watching Spuds TV.
Pam is a small business owner. She is swamped. Pam knows she needs to advertise, but is overwhelmed by all the options. Meet Avenue Right. Save time, money, and get peace of mind that your advertising dollars are well spent.
Start the engine, shine the light into the storm. Knuckles white. And the clock ticks. Time does not define me. It drives me to keep roads, schools, and storefronts open. Although the job is done for now, the clock will always.
Your home for Boss Snowplows is Bert's Truck Equipment on Highway 75 North in Moorhead.
My name's Nolan Cook. And you're watching Spuds TV.
Good. Welcome back to Spuds TV. Quick halftime intermission. We do have some unfortunate news if you're planning on coming to Jim Goda for the concession stand. They are out of pickle pizza.
Yeah, I was slightly disappointed I wasn't able to fulfill my full order. But other than that, the hot dogs were good. The hot dogs were pretty good.
They do have quite a few other options in the concession stand that we went and tried out. But the famous pickle pizza was sold out. Popular item. Doesn't really surprise me. Anyways, let's get back to some Spuds lacrosse here. 7-1 going into the second half. Big second quarter there by the Spuds, outscoring the Sabres 6-1.
Yeah, there's 3 minutes remaining in that first half. And we were sitting here after the Hilliard goal thinking, hey, Sabres might be coming back here after that nice shot, some momentum. Next thing you know, the Spuds put up 4 unanswered goals.
Gregoire with once another face-off win. Skip pass inside. Beats both Cook and the goalie. Not sure if Cook tried to do that. We're going to go with yes. Looks like he tried to catch it and shoot it, but it didn't hit him. And if that was on purpose, that was a pretty cool play there.
Looks like a lot of disappointed and kind of confused Sabres defensemen, kind of wondering what just happened.
Moorhead Spud goal scored by number 2, Finn Paulson.
Finn Paulson is going to get the tally in the goal column. Although it looked like more of a pass to Cook that was just kind of missed. Once again, I don't know if that was on purpose or not, but if it was, nice play. Quickly brings the lead to 7. Spuds up 8-1.
Gregoire with another face-off win.
He's got to be pretty close to 100% today.
He has been nearly perfect.
Spuds turn it over right after we give Gregoire some credit. Throws it into the stick of the Sabres. And they will look to start a comeback. If they're going to start one, it's probably going to be pretty soon here. Sabres getting their offense on the field. Hilger now on the near side, guarded by Ethan Welkin. Hilger behind the cage, looks up top. Skip pass through everybody. Good defense there by Berniking.
Sabres do a nice job of being able to control the ball, keeping it in their offensive zone.
Near side, Lester with the ball now. Gets his short stick D-Mitty down low. Sabres dancing around, 25-yard line shot. Easy save there by Devig. Von Hilger with the shot.
Nolan Cook with a nice clear to set up the Spuds offense. Evan Warner with the ball, taking his time. Going to give an infamous roll up to Manox Gregoire.
You love talking about that roll. We see it probably once a game from some of these guys. It gets passed down from graduating class to graduating class. Started with
the year of 1934.
Somewhere around there. Gregoire over the top, rolls back to his left. Splits a man, shot and a goal. Gregoire sidesteps Ronan Lester and buries. Gregoire
just kind of powered through.
Kind of a do-it-all player today.
Yeah, it's been fun, commentating for the last couple of years, watching Max Gregoire since he was 8th grade, strictly face off, get off. Now he's getting more creative. Now he's shooting. Now he's scoring, dodging, all these types of plays, which most Fogos don't initially, kind of transition into. So it's been fun to see Max Gregoire develop into an all-around player.
And mind you, he is only a sophomore. He still has 2 more years of his dominant performance.
This is his 3rd year. Wow.
Jack Woike this time on the face-off X for the Spuds. Sabres are going to win that. Pole face dodge, shoot, score. Pole goal for the Sabres. It's number 23, Richard Hooper.
A nice job from Richard Hooper saying, hey, if my offense is going to start shooting and find the back of the net, let's take matters in my own hand. Hooper from the half, just one-man shows, runs down, scores. Trying to get his team, his Sabres, some fire. There's still a whole 9.5 minutes left in this 3rd quarter.
Absolutely. But if you're the Sabres, if you want to start a comeback, that's a little momentum to do so, but you have to stop the Spuds from scoring, which they haven't really been able to do in these last 2 quarters, or last quarter and a half, I should say. Fight for the ground ball at the face-off X. Spuds almost came away with that one. It will roll into the box so the Spuds can pick it up. Evan Warner on the near side. Spuds will make some changes to their offense. Warner near side. Out of the right alley. All the way up top to Lyseth. Paulson on the far side. Paulson rolls over the top, beats his man, shot, goal. Finn Paulson with the absolute snipe.
Yeah, what a great shot from Finn Paulson. Running across the top of the box. Cross body, lets it fly, top left corner. As a goalie, that's just a great shot, tough to save in the game of lacrosse.
This is some good adjustments made by, not only the players, but the coaches of the Spuds. Had a little tough time scoring in that first quarter, beating this Sabres zone defense. And then, a combination of a couple of coaches and players executing. They've been pretty much scoring at will for the past 10 minutes or so of this game. Back to the face-off X. Gregoire looked to go early on that. Sabres are going to start with the ball. Sabres need a touch still. Spuds don't pick it up. It should be failure to clear, which it will be. So Spuds will have the ball. Ethan Welkin dumps it off to Allness.
Nice job from that face-off crew of Judd, Gregoire, and Welkin. Not allowing the Sabres to get possession.
Allness to Warner on the near side. Spuds have 5 on the field. Gregoire now steps on. That makes All 6 that the Spuds need. Gregoire is pretty much unmanned up top. Skip pass, finds him. He's got space. Face dodge, shot just wide of the cage.
What a great job from Evan Warner to manage the double team, find Maddox Gregoire, who's came in behind the play, gets a great shot off, just misses the net.
Spuds coach is calling out plays from the sideline. Lyseth to his left. Shot over the cage.
Spuds are looking a lot more relaxed in the second half, a lot more relaxed to move the ball around, not a huge rush, not afraid to let it fly.
Allness goes off the near post. Yeah, speaking on feeling a little more relaxed, I think, there's a lot of pressure on these guys coming off 5 games, losing. Nobody's done that before. I think there's a lot of pressure to just get one going into the postseason here. So I think this that 7-goal first half was pretty helpful for the Spuds. That shot chased down by the Spuds. Shot by Warner. Sure. Just let it rip.
When you're up by 8 and you're feeling good, and no, nothing's a bad shot. And I mean nothing.
Speaking of bad shots, hopefully Cody Martinson's watching this game. Speaking of shooting it from wherever. Lyseth with the bouncer. Not sure if they hit the post or the foot of the keeper for Sartell. Olness below the cage, going to his right. Gets above GLE. Good stick there by the Sabres. Fight for that ground ball. One-handed. Spuds are going to go for a trip. Nope, they're going to give him a play on. So Sabres will just keep the ball. Spuds will be able to set up a little bit in their ride.
Honestly, a favorable whistle for the Spuds, allowing them to set up to try and slow down this ride.
Sartell is still just forcing on the clear there. This time, not too far out of the reach.
There are some youngsters
Corriere
having
now.
a good time in the Jim Goda Stadium.
Corriere with the question mark fake. Berniking bites for a second and then gets back to it. Tries the other side. Shot saved by Devig. Devig, good little hustle. He's going to get that ground ball. And he's going to dump it off to Gregoire back by the cage.
Oh, Devig's bored. He wants the ball. He wants to get out there. Calling for it.
Gregoire's got it back. 2 on him. He's going to give it up to Berniking. Bernaking's going to cross to 50. Spuds have more than enough guys back.
It appeared that Devig got a little bored on the clear and wanted to run it up, but his defense, he said, no, we're not giving it to you. We're not letting you run up. That is
Warner tried a little behind the back to Allness there. Spuds pick up the ground ball at the 40. Judd's going to hustle off for Lyseth on the near side out of the box. Warner's with the ball at goal line extended on the near side. Play being called for Warner on the Spud sideline. Back to Allness. Allness with a shot. Good stick there by the Sabres defenseman. Allness is going to get that back up to Paulson at the top.
Temps are dropping here at Jim Goda Stadium.
Sabres doing a pretty good job on defense here, although the Spuds are maintaining possession. killing a lot of clock here. Paulson with the little around the corner shot. Misses the net. Cook is there to back it up. Welly up top. Just over the net. Shot by Ulness. Warner with it now. Spud's getting a little sloppy on the execution here. Haven't scored in 4 or so minutes, although they've been on offense almost that entire time.
You know, we mentioned that the Spuds were getting a little relaxed on their play, and maybe they're getting a little too relaxed.
Shot by Paulson over the net. Warner playing a 2-man game below with Ulness. Ulness hits a pick. Warner comes off of it. Has his man beat and then misses the net, but does not miss Ulness behind the cage. Fires one right at his calf.
Nice job, Ulness, keeping the ball in play.
That ride by the Spuds, once again, putting some pressure. Ball rolled out of bounds. I'm not sure why that stayed with the Sabres, unless it got tipped. Sartell's going to have low time here to get a touch. But they will just sneak one in. Good stick there by Lyseth for a second. Can't quite hold on to it. Hilger with a shot. And he beats Devig. Hilger with his second of the night, I believe.
Yeah, Hilger displaying why he's, their leading goal scorer. I mean, find that another well-placed ball from Hilger in top left corner to cut the lead down to 7. Again, trying to show his Sabres some light, trying to get him back in the game.
Just under 2:30 to play here in the third quarter at Jim Goda. If you're the Sabres there after that long defensive possession, that's exactly what you need, is just a quick goal. Try to pull this thing a little bit closer. Good ground ball there by Welkin as the Spuds with yet another face-off win. Warner shoots, bouncer just in front of the goalkeeper, George.
Give Evan Warner just a little bit of room, and he will let the shot fly.
Lyseth on the far side with it. The lights are now on at Jim Goda. Paulson shoots. Paulson might have left his stick out overnight last night, or like in a bathtub or something, because a lot of missed shots by Paulson. Gonna have to dial it in come section time.
A lot of confidence from the sophomore, not afraid to recognize that he's got an opportunity to shoot and lets it go.
He's going to try again. Rolls back to his left. Up to Lyseth. Lyseth cuts inside. Jump shot right at the chest of George. Sabres come away with it. Good ride there by the Spuds once again. And that ball is going to get out of bounds on the near side. Good play there by Gregoire and Lyseth to get that ball out of the stick of the Sabres defender. Devig with a bullet over the head of Paulson.
Tanner Burris setting up the Sabres offense, trying to ride this ball out. Waldock now trying to get a touch for the Sabres as 1 minute remains in the third quarter. Hilger making a couple dodges, trying to give the Sabres some light.
Corriere shot goes over the cage. Ball will stay with the Sabres. 44 seconds to play.
Drew Berneking doing a nice job of getting in the way of that shot, not allowing Devig to have to try and make a save.
Lampert all the way up top now. Hilger now with it. Welkin guarding him. Hilger to his right. Got his man beat. Slide comes late. But Monroe Judd with the eat off of the shot there.
What an individual effort there from Monroe Judd, showing off his wheels to keep that ball in play after blocking the shot from Hilger.
Thought that ball was going to go to the Spuds off of Sartell there. Anyways, 5 seconds to play here. Sartell looks like they might run out of time. Shot way wide and out of the end zone. So a pretty even third quarter there. Spuds now with 10 on the board. Sartell with 3. We'll take a quick 2-minute break, and we'll be right back for the fourth quarter play here at Jim Goda.
Don't work out where you won't work out. Blueprint Personal Training. At Blueprint, you'll work directly with an experienced personal trainer and nutrition coach in our brand new private gym. Tell us about your fitness goals, and we'll provide the personalized workouts and motivation to get the results you want to see. Training, nutrition, accountability. Blueprint Personal Training. BlueprintFargo.com.
We are The Breakdown. For almost 2 decades, we've published the most comprehensive yearbooks on Minnesota high school sports and run the best in-season and off-season events. We cover every corner of the state. We are The Breakdown.
Buffalo Wild Wings' new spicy chicken dippers are the perfect amount of heat. Same thing people say about me. They're like, Hank, you're perfectly hot. Gotta dunk you in that tangy beat-up dip hot. New spicy chicken dippers from Buffalo Wild Wings.
Need to make a great impression? Whether it's eye-catching newsletters, professional business cards, or custom envelopes, Copycat Printing has you covered for all your printing needs. Located at 1624 Main Avenue Southeast, 218-236-1115.
Home is more than a place. It's the people and moments you live for. With all you have to protect, choose insurance that helps you experience more of what matters most.
I'm Zach Devig. And you're watching Spuds TV.
Welcome back to Spuds TV. The sun is peeking out here at Jim Goda Stadium. Ended up being not that bad of a night weather-wise. If you were tuning in for the girls' game right before this, it was very windy and downpouring. So not quite as enjoyable as how tonight turned out.
Yeah, sun's shining. The Jim Goda lights are on the beautiful turf. Shook out to be a great night here in Moorhead, Minnesota. Still a little chilly.
It's lacrosse weather. Got to be built for it. 12 minutes to play here. Spuds up 7. Searles, you know, if you're the 9-2 Sabres coaching staff in that huddle, what are you saying to your team? You know, maybe to get them fired up, get a little comeback going here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you know, it's a long drive home back to Sartell, so might as well give it everything we got. You know, we have the next 3 hours to rest on the bus. Let's give it our all for the next 12 minutes and try and get a couple and then see what the game shakes out to be.
Face-off won by Gregoire. He's going to make it over midfield. Eat a couple slashes there.
It's got a broken stick.
Believe that's Hudson Lycan. with the broken twig, so he has to exit the field immediately. He cannot play with a broken stick. Pass up top. I think that went in.
That was questionable.
Spud's bench was saying the same thing. I thought that might have got under the bar and in the net, but the official that's standing closer than I am said no. Check out this replay here. You
Brought
guys
to you
can
by
tell me.
Martin Mechanic.
Would have been a pretty highlight reel goal there if Ulness was able to pull that off. I believe that was Ulness. Little stoppage here as we get that broken stick off of the field.
Isaac Lyseth came off the field. Looks like he's holding his left wrist. Must have caught a slash while battling it out in front of the net. It never feels good catching the other end of a defender's stick.
Warner now, two-man game behind the cage. Ulness sets the pick.
Yeah, you're good.
Warner looking to do it all himself here. That shot just going to miss there.
Warren doing a great job of using his body to protect himself and push his way to the front of the net and get a quick shot off.
Ulness uses his speed, tries to cut through. Not sure if he tried to throw that to Cook or who that was intended for on the back pipe there, but either way, it's going to be a turnover on the Spuds. Sartell's going to come away with it. Something to point out here for the Spuds, that sun is setting right in Devig's eyes. So if I'm Sartell, I'm shooting pretty much right on that angle. Corriere now behind the cage with it. Good defense there by Berniking. Flag is going to come down. I believe Berniking's going to go there.
Questionable flag. I mean, Drew Berniking going to Concordia to play football. I mean, he's a big boy. He's a lot of human. Just trying to play some tight defensive coverage. Ended up getting a flag.
Berniking's going to go for a 2-minute non-releasable. He's going to get cross-checked to the head. So that's it's a little more than normal. So non-releasable means the Sabres can score as many times in these 2 minutes as they would like. Similar to like a 5-minute major in hockey, the player does not get released if there's a goal. Sabres, I believe, have not scored on the man up yet tonight, although they've had quite a few opportunities. Corriere on the near side. Hilger, far side, looks to step into one off the foot of Devig.
Nice kick save there from Devig.
Corriere on the 25-yard line.
Devig, for a moment there, was using his left hand to block the sun out of his eyes.
If I'm Sartell here, I'm stepping into the right inside those hashes and I'm letting one rip kind of high to low. I would imagine it'd be pretty hard for Devig to see. Good stick there by Clem. That ball's going to roll out of bounds. Corriere on the near side with it. 9:30 to play in the final quarter. Lester looks for a skip pass.
Welkin with another great use of his stick to break up the Sabres' passes. I mean, we've been saying that all night long.
Those are big, especially when you're man down, kind of stops the momentum of whatever the offense is cooking.
And it gives the rest of your defense a time to catch their breath.
Reset, absolutely. Corriere rolls through two, shot. Just misses on the left. So already we've seen a couple chances from the Sabres that have been better than their previous man-ups today. Another shot That went off Devig and then off the post, I believe.
That was close.
Welkin is gonna. That's Clem. Excuse me. Aiden Clem is gonna get that one. Spuds fans wanted a flag there for a little contact to the head. But we play on. Lyseth was the one that ate that awkward check. Sabres get a touch.
Clem with a great job of saying, hey, we're still here. We're going to try and take this ball, and we're still going to try and score.
The Spuds are offsides.
Isaac Lyseth with a hard ride, trying to get that ball back. It's just very common for, attackmen who are aggressive and want to get that ball back. It's a great attribute. It's just when you get to the 50, you have to be cautious and make sure that your other offensive partners are on the same wavelengths as you.
Spuds had 7 guys on the defensive side of the field, not including the goalie. So I believe Monroe Judd is going to park it for 30 seconds next to the scorers table. So another man-up opportunity for the Sabres here. They'll start on the near side. And that skip pass all the way through, just out of the reach of Ronan Lester. And that's a quick 30-second penalty on the Spuds that will be wasted by the Sabres. Far side for the Spuds. Still up 7 with just over 7.5 to play in this final quarter of play. Warner looks like he's getting double teamed because Spuds are man down, but not for long. In fact, now they're even. So that double pops off. Spuds near side now. Lyseth over the top, rolls back down to his right. Good roll dodge.
Had him beat, rolls back into it.
Paulson gets it back and shoots off the crossbar. He's getting closer. Paulson finds some iron that time.
Turned out to be a beautiful night here in Jim Goda. Trees in the background are starting to blossom. Sun is shining.
It's almost June, so it's about time, right?
Spuds are up 7.
Gregoire, swim move to the inside, loses the ball. Bird's going to come away with that one. Yard sale there. Cook hunts him down.
Got to hold on to your stick, especially on the clear.
Spuds are just going to kind of relax here, kill some clock. 6:10 to play in the 4th. Gregoire not too urgent to go to goal. He will go down the right side. Looked like he was going to shoot that one. Good little trail check there by Bird.
Gregoire doing a nice job of sticking with it.
Miscommunication there by the defense. Allness has got time and room low to high over the cage. Spuds will start again. Warner to his left. Draws a double. Finds Lyseth inside. Sabres have numbers if they hustle. Looks like they're going to slow things down. Corriere decides to go to goal Good play there by Devig. Not something you see all the time from goalies coming out of the cage to, play the body.
No, you love to see it when your goalie says, hey, I'll step out of this circle and try to make something happen.
Lampert now dancing around the near alley, guarded by Aiden Struck. Lampert to Corriere. Far side. Hilger now with it. Welkin on him. Looking for a skip pass. Instead, decides to shoot off the top of the stick of Devig. Deflects that over the cage.
4 minutes and 41 seconds remaining in the game. Spuds leading by 7.
Corriere looked to do a question mark there. Good defense there by Struck. Skip pass all the way through everybody and out of bounds. Struck doing a pretty good job there on defense. He kind of knows that question mark's coming, so as soon as he gets around goal line extended there, he just gives him a good little shove. Gets him off balance.
Yeah, overall, a very impressive day here from the Spuds defense. Not allowing the Sabres to get too many great shots inside of the box, which is a cause of the Sabres only getting 3 goals.
Spuds far side. Warner skips inside to Alness. Shot in the goal. Johnny Alness.
Johnny and Alness and Evan Warner, I think they've been playing together for the last 1, 2, or 3 years, and their chemistry is really starting to come alive now. On display here with that goal.
Spuds up 11-3 with just under 4 minutes to play. Spuds looking to end this losing streak. Kind of unheard of so far in this program. Takes back to 2019, our first year playing. I believe we lost 4 in a row. That was the record, and they topped it this year. But hopefully end the regular season on a win here and go into sections with a little momentum.
Back when Bentley Miller's older brother, Ethan Miller, was playing.
That was a long time ago.
It's the midfield.
Face-off one there. Ground ball to Welkin. Jack Woike with that face-off win for the Spuds. Almost now on the near side. You almost wonder, 3.5 minutes here to play. When is Wimpkin going to put in some new faces? Empty net there. Just missed by Welly.
Spuds offense is just stacked on top of each other on the 20-yard line. Ripping shots. That one goes off the post.
Spuds are going to get a penalty there. Kind of just an unfortunate play. Don't have a number 9 here on the varsity roster. Nolan Monshagen could be. I believe he's going to take a seat. We'll see what the call is. Kind of just looked like the Sabres guy stopped there. Kind of caught himself around the 30-yard line as he got that touch. Just an unfortunate play. So Monshagen's just going to sit for 30 with the push with possession penalty. 3:07 to play. Spuds up 8.
Spud penalty assessed to number 9, Nolan Monshaugen.
Sabres looking to score still. I believe they haven't scored on their man up yet, and they've had plenty of opportunity. Skip pass all the way across. Good eat there by Struck.
It's Berniking.
Berniking, my bad. Got to give credit for a block like that.
You know, it just shows why he is a 5-year starting or varsity D-pole. I mean, blocking his shot with 3 minutes left when you're 8 goals up.
Takes heart.
Takes heart. Just shows the type of player, defensive player he is.
Spuds are going to get another penalty here just as the 30-second technical released. We'll see the call on this one. Refs are going to get together for the call here. Looks like Cade Buddy a little frustrated over there. Tossing his stick onto the track around the field.
It's good to see that he is healthy enough to walk off the field. His stick is in the 8th lane of the track.
So we have our second cross-check to the head penalty. Bentley Miller's going to sit for 2 minutes, unreleasable. So there's only 2 minutes and 20 seconds of the game. Would be willing to bet Bentley's night will be over. But that 30-second penalty just released before Bentley Miller got the cross-check. So the Spuds will only be down 1 man, but it will be for almost the rest of this game.
You know, I think it's safe to say the Spuds came here and did what they wanted to do. You know, like you said previously, on a 5-game losing streak, going into sections with coming up. That, you know, they had to get a win. You know, they had to get some confidence, get their feet underneath them, calm down, and that's exactly what they did. Their defense played a great game, keeping Sabres to the outside, not allowing any opportunities inside the box, which resulted in only 3 goals from the Sabres with 2 minutes remaining in the game. Whereas the Spuds offense doing a great job of snapping the ball around all game long. They did a great job of moving the ball, find opportunities to shoot, and the back of the net.
That was Hudson Lycan too. That was injured on that play, I believe. He's the one that just came off the field looking to be okay. He's looking to go right back out there.
Love to see that.
Spuds with the ball. Sabres may look to double team this with under 2 minutes. Almost rather than just kind of hold on to it. But looks like they're going to bring the double. Lyseth with it. In the corner. He's going to run behind the net. Looks like the double popped off Lyseth there. And Coach Wimpkin's going to want to talk this over a little bit. Just make sure everybody keeps a level head here in these last minute and a half. We got a minute 26 to play. Spuds up by a score of 11-3, and we'll be right back.
My name's Cohen Welly. And you're watching Spuds TV.
Welcome back to Spuds TV. Just under a minute 30 to play here. Bentley Miller is sitting in the box for roughly another minute. Spuds with possession on the right side of the field.
You know, Bentley Miller being in the box makes sense. His advice for underclassmen, first 2 words are play hard. And that is what he was doing. Alongside the rest of the Spuds, his time ticks down to minute 26 here at Jim Goda.
We'll see if the Sabres decide to double team the ball again. You know, if you're down 8, it's you know, you always play to the whistle. Don't get me wrong, but sometimes you just gotta throw in the towel. You know, figure out where you're getting pizza for the bus ride home, because it's not gonna be the concession stand.
Nope.
Because they're out. So.
Or hot dogs, because I already ate 7 of them.
We did also clean out the hot dog selection, so hopefully when you guys make the trip here for the section games, they'll restock on pizza and hot dogs.
You know, that is my favorite question for the visitors. You know, you just lost to Moorhead 11-3. Time to hop on the bus, 3 hours home. What are you stopping to eat?
You got to find something on the way out of town.
Dwayne's Pizza probably would be my best guess.
Not a bad shout. Sabres look to get it over the 50. Spuds wanted award. Doesn't really matter there. 60 seconds to play. 40 seconds in the Bentley Miller 2-minute penalty. Sabres just working it around a little bit. Looking to shoot there. That was Lycan. Just kind of dropped the ball. Corriere now around the right. Pass, near side. Shot just wide. And Stripes are going to give it to the Sabres with 30 seconds to play. Spuds are even in 10 seconds.
Sabres with 1 or 2 more opportunities here to work their offense and try and find something.
Skip pass all the way up top. Bouncer finds the back of the cage.
There it is. Found it.
Hudson Lycan with a goal.
Lycan find the back of the net with 24 seconds remaining to cut the lead down to 7.
And if you want any more good news off of Spuds win, I did hear cupcakes for senior night post-game.
You heard it here, folks. Start your car if you are in the vicinity. There are cupcakes here at Jim Goda Stadium for senior night. Those seniors include Bentley Miller, Drew Berneking, Nolan Cook, Brandon Lau, Cohen Welly, Aiden Struck, and Zach Devig. And that is 2-time state hockey champion Zach Devig.
And 2-time Section 8 lacrosse champ, right? 2 or 3.
2 or 3.
Or 4.
Sections are coming up eventually here in a week or 2.
10 seconds to play here at Jim Goda. Looks like the Spuds are going to end on a win this season. Sartell is just going to hold on to the ball. And that's your final score. Spuds with 11. Sartell Stormin' Sabres finished with 4. The Spuds will move to 7-6 on the season to close out the regular season, and Sartell will fall to 9-3. Stay tuned for the section rankings to come out next weekend. Follow Spuds TV on all socials to get the latest updates on those. But thank you for joining us tonight.
We apologize if we butchered your son's last name, your family's last name. We are trying our best.
Have a good night.